Hello students. So today I will discuss the unit third, that is separation techniques for components of a mixture. So today this from this unit we will learn what are the basic separation techniques are available for the separation of the component like homogeneous and the heterogeneous mixtures. So uh, these are the common examples. These are the common examples like some persons are doing sieving method, some person are doing this winnowing methods. This process actually your filtration method. This process actually your hand picking method. So what actually the basic things is belonging this process. So students, in case of heterogeneous mixtures, uh, the components are not uniformly mixed each other, so they are easily to separate out. Okay, so suppose that we have some carrots, we have some lemons, we have some uh, another things is there. So it is someone has tell you, you just separate out the carrots, you just separate out the lemons, okay, or another things, so you can easily separate out. But if someone have said to you, suppose that you have a alcohol and you have a water, and you separate out, so it is very difficult to physically. So in case of heterogeneous mixtures, and whenever the things we can easily visualize, that process can be easily separate out by this common technique. These common techniques are like that: hand picking, sieving, winnowing, and the filtration. So these are the common separation techniques for the separating out. Okay. Now coming to the point, some of the common method for use the mixtures of some like that. This is your homogeneous mixture. So these are the examples of the heterogeneous mixtures, and these are the examples that I will discuss now. That is actually your homogeneous mixtures. So there's homogeneous mixtures having some proper techniques by which we can separate out, because it is very much difficult to separate out, because we cannot see it, the eventually we cannot see the particles, whatever the particles are mixed out, so eventually we're not unable to separate out physically. So we need some proper techniques. So the first technique, that is your evaporation technique. So what is basically your evaporation technique? Evaporation is a process by which a liquid change into the gaseous state on gentle heating such that the liquid doesn't boil is called evaporation. So we know that evaporations can be happened in any temperature. Suppose evaporation can be happen in 20 degrees Celsius, evaporation can be happen in 15 degrees Celsius, evaporations can be happen in 5 degrees Celsius. Any temperature it can be happened. But the thing is, in case of evaporations, the solutions or the liquid should not be boiled. But if it is boiled, then it is the boiling point will achieve, no? So evaporation is less than the boiling point. Okay, suppose that this is a technique. The process of evaporation is used to remove the soluble solids from their solutions of in water. For example, if there is a common salt solution, and then this salt can be separated by this evaporation process. Okay, suppose that I have this petri dish and overheat, I have in a sand bath, I just put it here, and below it one burner is there, and now you have heated it. So you should not be boiled in the cold water, you just gently heat it. So one fine morning you will see that whole water will be escape out. So that means evaporations already happen in here. So in case of salt water and water, if you want to separate out, so you can take this process, and you can easily separate out the water. Okay, now coming to the point, that is the distillation part. Okay, so distillation is another process, so by which of a liquid from a soluble salt, or by the evaporation of a liquid and the condensation of its vapor in another vessel, that is actually your distillations. So This is your definition part. But if you want to understood this definition very clearly, so first of all you have to go through the whole process behind it. So this is the whole process, the distillation process. So see, this distillation process having some parts, and necessary parts is been required for this process or completion of this process. So this is the burner, and simply this is the burner, and this is called the round bottom flux. And this part actually your iron stand plugs, and this iron stand plugs basically it hold the whole container or the distillation flux or round bottoms or whatever maybe. And this having and have to have some one thermometer is present in here, and with a delivery tube. And this part actually your sink solutions part, or you can say that simply says condenser. So condenser basically condense. So these things will come, and this water channel is there, and basically this water is cooled down here, and after that the process will be condensed and finished up. And this is the receiver part, and the liquid will be evaporated. So this is the whole distillation apparatus and the indications. So I'll just come this process how to operate it. See, suppose that I have salt and water into it, and this is a solution form, and we know that liquid having a sufficient boiling point into it. So now again the point will come, that is evaporation. We have just give the temperature gently, don't be boil it. And whenever you have heat these things gradually, so it will heat it off, and it will, what will happen, and we'll see the temperature over here. And suppose the boiling point of the water is 100 degrees Celsius, so you heat the water in such a way, so water will not be boiled very priorly at first. So just heat the whole water very gently. So now become the water will be evaporate. That means some gases or some vapors will be come from these whole solutions, and these vapors will be go through this sink part, or you can say that this delivery tube. And after that the gaseous will be when deposited in this particular part, and this part having one condenser is there, and condenser basically condense the whole vapors into the liquid part. And that's why your water part will be collected to this receiver very easily, and your salt particle will be still here. So you can easily separate out the both the two things, that is your salt part as well as your solvent part, that is your water. But in the case of evaporation, that process, the water cannot be separated out, but your water cannot be estimated. But if you use this distillation method, so you can easily separate out the water as well as the salt distinctly. So you can measure the quantity, you can estimate the value is collected, the whole solutions. And in case of any other testing purpose, that is your quantitative analysis purpose, where the quantity is much more important, so that time you can use this distillation method, and you can easily separate out the two things. So by this process, this is your distillation whole process, and by this process you can easily separate out the alcohol and the water also, because in case of alcohol and water, the another term will come, that is your again the basic fundamental thing, that is your distillations. But the operation technique is something different, and that is a terminology and the technical term, that is your fractional distillation. And this part I will come in the next video. Okay, thank you.